Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Hello, 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 hello.
Long-awaited movie called Black Widow. We went and saw it yesterday.
You did. First in the world to see it.
Knew that was coming. But yeah, this was meant to come out last year. Eh?
Oh, who even know? The original date was like years ago.
I don't know, but whatever it was, Disney Plus. Is it on there as well?
I don't think so, no. Because
No.
I think cinemas are starting to open back up in
And
America.
also, they're probably realising, like, yeah, who's paying $40 for a movie?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I haven't done that at all, and I never
No,
will.
I illegally downloaded.
But anyway, Black Widow, she's actually dead.
Yeah.
She's fucking... she actually died in Endgame, but we got the solo movie finally. A lot of people thought this was long overdue because she's one of the main Avengers and the only one to not have a movie.
I don't even really care. I didn't have any expectations
Yeah.
going into this movie, which probably helped a lot.
I don't know if it helped. Like, I don't even really know what this is because I barely even watch movie trailers or anything. I was thinking it was going to be...
I didn't watch any trailers for this.
I was thinking it was going to be kind of half origin story, but then I'd been told it was took place after Civil War as well. So I was thinking it might be half and half with a lot of flashbacks, but it was actually more set.
Well, it was set like a few weeks before Infinity War.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we did get to actually get a bit more a backstory on Black Widow, which, like, yeah, when you're thinking about it, like, doesn't really matter now. 'Cause
No.
her whole story has been shown throughout the movies, really, like all the good shit that you want to see.
Yeah.
But then that's why I kind of didn't mind it as much that it wasn't as much of a backstory and was more of an ensemble setting up. It might be not as good for people who wanted more of to focus fully just on Black Widow and her backstory, but I was like, oh yeah, she's fucking dead anyway. And it was more about she actually had a sister and family that they introduced in this one.
Yeah.
Not real. Wait, so is it her real sister?
No.
None of them are real.
None of them are real. So,
Yeah.
I mean, well, this is obviously spoiler review.
Yeah.
But the movie basically kicks off with...
when she's a child.
Yeah. Well, we weren't sure if it was a boy or a girl to start with.
Didn't know who it was or
It was
what.
fucking the blue-haired child.
Yeah.
And it's basically David Harbour and what's-her-face?
Fucking Rachel
Rachel McAdams.
from the Mummy.
Yeah. No, not Rachel McAdams, but
Yeah.
the chick that looks like Frida Kahlo.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
does, like, almost has the monobrow.
It's when they're kids and they're essentially being raised by this family who work for this Russian corporation, like secret agent
The Red
assassin thing, which is where the Black Widows come from.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just like this fake undercover family living in America, I guess, to...
But they lived there for 3 years, so they obviously, like... Because Black Widow had some training before they moved into Ohio.
As a child, he says at the start that you started way younger than your sister did.
Yeah.
And she's like 2.
Well, she was 6, but...
Yeah.
What even else happened? Tooth, pull up the plot synopsis.
No, they pretty much are on the run from S.H.I.E.L.D. because they're, I guess, the opposition at this time.
Yeah.
And the 2 kids, Black Widow and her sister, they get separated and put into like this fucking...
That's when they go into the training camps to go
like the
hardcore.
training regime to become assassins
Yeah.
while their parents just get split apart. Her dad actually becomes, I'm guessing, like a superhero, super soldier.
He always was, like, before he
as
had
well.
them, because the Red Guardian, played
Yeah.
by David Harbour.
Yeah,
I actually thought he was really funny in this movie.
I literally said, I was like, oh, I'm not really the biggest fan of David Harbour and just some of the shit I'd seen him in, mainly Hellboy, but that's because that
Stranger
movie's fucking
Things.
disgusting.
Yeah.
But he was actually real funny
This
in this
movie
movie.
was very funny.
Yeah, which, like, a lot of Marvel movies are kind of funny, but it's not really real comedy, it's just Marvel comedy.
Yeah, which there was some of that in this.
Yeah, definitely, but there was a lot more legitimate laughs, I thought, in this movie than quite a few of the other Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, like with him, just some of the shit he was saying. Because they kind of say him, Florence and Scarlett, as a father figure to them, because obviously he did raise them for a bit, but he doesn't really have any parenting skills whatsoever.
Yeah.
And has been later on, he's been in prison for ages, and when he's getting out, he's just talking about all this random shit that really is kind of just irrelevant.
But it is funny as fuck.
Yeah, so yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I want to say. Also, the acting just in general, there was more of like actual acting moments in this compared to other Marvel movies. Like particularly where near the end where they all regroup after they haven't seen each other for a long time, and they're at the mother's house.
Yep.
And Florence, I'll point out, yeah, she's fucking good.
She's good looking.
And the acting was just, yeah, there's some actual acting, because a lot of time in Marvel movies are kind of just, you know,
rely on the action and the
stuff like
the
that. But there are actual
superhero-ness.
some good acting.
Some good heartfelt moments that.
Which I was
really
surprised about, because I didn't think I was going to care about really anybody in this movie,
Yeah.
kind of. Just because all the main heroes have had their stories shown, and now you're kind of like, oh, who's the backup people we can just get in to keep making shit. But no, they actually did a really good job, I thought, about making care about, what's the sister's actual name?
Elena.
Yeah, her. She was actually pretty good, and
They have set up for her to.
Continue.
We'll talk about that at the end, but like they have set up for some stuff
yeah.
in the MCU.
She was actually, because I don't know if she's done action before, has she?
Yeah,
Florence?
Fighting with My Family.
Oh, jeez. No, but she was actually fully convincing as an action and Russian accent. The Russian thing is just like, because at the start they're living in America and they don't have Russian accents. I'm like, oh yeah, why are they just not Russian?
Well-
but then they're pretending, I'm guessing. But then
Yeah.
Scarlet ends up just using a full. I don't know.
No, I
Doesn't
feel
really
like-
matter at all.
Because Scarlet ended up escaping anyway,
Yeah.
so that's why she would have lost hers, and then Florence
Yeah.
grew hers out
Yeah.
when she was like a child.
So Scarlet escaped from the whole. They essentially get trained from children and then brainwashed and becoming these assassins.
Well, kind of.
Her younger sister did.
Well, technically no, but because like Scarlet was the one that got brainwashed, whereas Florence actually got chemically manipulated, which we later find
Wait,
out.
so what's the difference?
Well, Scarlet wasn't actually. She didn't have anything done to her, like brain.
Yeah,
She was just brainwashed.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to say, I think. But yeah,
so there is different. Like Scarlet was one of the first, like the most kind of prominent of the Black Widows.
Yeah, and then so the main villain, what's his name? I'm fucking
Dreykov.
Yeah, like his Russian name. He's pretty much developed this thing which allows him to actually mind control all the. Are they actually called Black Widows as well?
I think so.
Or was his League of Women Assassins? So
Yeah.
then they can't disobey him in anything, and once they're useless, he basically kills them off as well.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
once they disobey him,
Yeah.
they kind of.
And
get
then the whole
carked.
plot is basically, it goes from, that flashback scene of them getting kind of broken apart as a family to just after Civil War where Black Widow, the main Black Widow's on the run from S.H.I.E.L.D. Is it S.H.I.E.L.D.? Or just the military?
Shield.
Yeah.
No, it is S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh yeah.
Because
No,
I'm guessing
of
S.H.I.E.L.D. just gets
course.
taken over by
Thunderbolt
the
Ross.
military after Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? She's on the run from them. And she gets delivered like the antidotes to that mind control shit that I was just talking about.
She doesn't realise at first though.
Yeah. And then Taskmaster comes after her, after them, and she's like, "Oh yeah, what the fuck is this shit that I've been dropped off?" And then she goes to reunite with her sister, who she hasn't seen literally since they got separated.
Yeah.
Like when they were younger, but she's just known where she is the whole time.
That was.
And-
I feel like this is kind of what I enjoyed more about the movie was the anti-family. Like it wasn't really a superhero movie. It was like broken family reuniting.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what made this movie more enjoyable for me.
Yeah, because you've seen almost every kind of action that you can in a Marvel movie where it's like, oh yeah, what's new that you're actually going to show me? So to see that, I thought was actually quite good.
Yeah.
And obviously she's always dealt with issues like that because she's been like an outcast and had to murder people, including
Because she was a
young
ginger.
yeah, well, from blue to red. But yeah, anyway, so reunites with her younger sister, and then they're basically like, oh yeah, well, we got to track down the main villain's base to stop all this shit because
Black Widow didn't actually realise he was alive.
Oh yeah,
She thought she had killed him in Budapest.
Budapest. This fucked me off so much. She was saying it's Budapest. Like, all the series are leading up to this. She's just said Budapest. Like, the amount of times I've talked about it, I'm never forgetting it. I just want to say, like, the villain, I don't know. It was like, he wasn't even in the movie really until the end, so you didn't even care.
That was something I felt like the villain wasn't a prominent part. That's what I mean about the kind of like the family reunion part of the movie.
I cared way more about that anyway, and then it was more about them versus the idea of them being like under the control and trying to break free and make their own choices and shit like that anyway. So there's a Mission Impossible face reveal where it looks like the mother's on his side, but then she takes it off and turns out it's Scarlett in the room with him, and then after a scuffle she saves the day.
Well, she realises that she can't beat him up because she has to.
It's like the RoboCop thing where what is it? They can't terminate their creators, kind of, but then she just breaks her nose, so she can't smell them. I kind of thought the thing they did where it was like, they show flashbacks to when they're back at the house, and it shows how Black Widow was talking to the
Melina.
Yeah, Melina, that's her name. She was talking to her, and then Melina was telling her. So they're staging this whole thing, how they're going to take them down, and she tells them about how
reveals all the secrets and stuff like that.
Pretty much, but then it's like it happens multiple times. So the first time is like, oh yeah, we swapped faces down there, so you've actually got Black Widow in front of you instead of her, and she's about to beat you up. And then later on, when because he says he's got pheromones that if they smell they can't attack him or whatever, and then so she breaks her nose and then is able to do it, and then but it's like these two separate flashbacks of the same scene, and it was kind of just like, I don't know,
you could have just combined it into one.
It was more just for the audience to be like, oh no, she's in on it again.
Like, you probably didn't need the face reveal flashback. Like the pheromone one, I understand, or even it was probably a bit.
You could have had it not when she does the face reveal, but then afterwards with the thing about the attacking, then just have it all in one and just show her doing the face at the same time.
Yeah, we have actually skipped over a crucial detail,
which is
Taskmaster.
Irrelevant, Connor.
Kind of, yeah.
Taskmaster Jason Voorhees can only walk. Useless
at job. Fuck out of me.
Woman.
So. These statements do not reflect the opinions of me.
I just said Taskmaster's a woman.
Yeah, but like you said, like useless.
No, I didn't. You said that.
Like that's what I was thinking.
Oh, did I say that? I wasn't meaning useless woman.
Well, that's useless what it sounds
like. And a woman.
Those things do not go hand in hand. But so basically, Scarlett kills Dreykov's daughter in Budapest.
Yeah.
But it turns out she didn't, and the daughter is actually Taskmaster, which I didn't like. So
his daughter, they both somehow escaped from this fucking massive explosion,
which is a common theme, by the way.
They just weren't. I don't know.
Cars explode.
That was the cars.
Oh my god, that annoyed me.
I was like, this was like Fast and Furious, where people were always in cars that were blowing up, and they just would go flying.
Like, and Scarlett's car at one point got literally blown up. Like, burn damage everywhere, all throughout the car, and then she sits there with not a scratch on
I didn't care as much in this, because as an actual Marvel movie, as opposed to something like Fast and Furious. But anyway,
that was just something.
Yeah, so Taskmaster's hunting her down the whole time, trying to just get the antidote things,
Yep.
But it's just like, I don't know. There's like a 2-second action scene with them at the start, which was like, oh yeah, this could be cool. But then Taskmasters are pretty much just nothing for the entire movie. And it's like, oh yeah, it was my daughter that I had saved and made her a weapon as well. Yeah, I didn't really like it. She didn't. Neither. Like, I don't know. It should have just been a robot, probably. I don't know. Villains in this movie were weak, but I just didn't. Again, we didn't care about the villains. I cared more about the actual character anyway. Yeah. So I was just like, yeah. Who even cares? I mean, if Black Widow was still alive, this movie would have been great for character building. Like, it would have been good if it happened, if it was released actually in the timeline though, and it would have made you care about more seeing like the films right after having already seen this. Yeah. Instead of making Captain Marvel. But basically skip to the end, which nothing much really happens, like not in a bad way, but like
just kind of, like we said, they go through.
There's an exploding ship in the air, which, like, I think we've seen this quite a few times. Like, the Winter Soldier, for one. She just overrides the fucking...
control and makes all the Black Widows not Black Widows.
Yeah, and then it sets up that... what's her name? Florence is gonna break, because there's heaps of them all over the world. It's gonna like save them all.
She gets given the remaining antidote to kind of duplicate.
But then at the end, she's a villain.
Well,
post credits.
That's the thing. So if anyone's seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you would know that at the end, John Walker was met up by Julia Louise Dreyfus. Or Valentina or something, that's what her name is. But she kind of, from what I understand in the comics, she is kind of assembling like an anti-Avengers to do kind of like a mercenary kind of thing.
Suicide Squad.
Kind of, yeah. So she hires, or she recruits Captain America, the bad one, and now she's recruiting Florence
to take out Hawkeye. She's like, he killed your sister.
I'm pretty sure that's just setting up the Hawkeye show.
Yeah, surely she'd know that, the Avengers were against Thanos.
They've obviously been working together before, though, because just before that, we should say the movie technically finishes just before Infinity War.
Yeah, but
the post credits are after Endgame, because she's visiting the grave of Scarlet. And then
also Scarlet's grave, just in the middle of fucking nowhere.
And it's fucking no decoration.
Some random just shit forest, I don't know.
Yeah, bit dodgy. But yeah, she's like, let's go kill Hawkeye, and that's where the movie ends, setting up perfectly for the Hawkeye show.
Yeah, for me, I'm just like,
yeah, if you didn't see those post credits, you didn't miss anything.
I'm like, surely she knew that. It doesn't anyone know that they were fighting Thanos and that she probably just died there. Also, couldn't she be like, I'm Black Widow's sister? What happened?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or,
yeah, the post-credits were a bit...
Surely the Avengers aren't just going to, they would have revealed what happened to her as well.
Well, nobody else was there except for Clint.
Yeah, but he said...
I wouldn't trust Hawkeye as far as I could throw him.
You ask him.
Yeah.
But,
it's just...
Have we missed anything? I don't know. We've kind of been just rambling about the plot, but it kind of happens when you've just seen it once, and... just thinking about shit to talk about, really. But overall, actually, I like this way more than I thought I would. It's probably my favourite female-led superhero movie. And I'm guessing...
I said Catwoman.
Catwoman, 2004? 3-4?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if this came out... See, if this was an origin story, I would have wanted it to come out, way ages ago. So then it, actually set up who she is. But then now that it's come out this, even after, she's actually died, then I'm like, oh, yeah. I thought this actually just did everything that it needed to well.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, overall, I actually thought it was pretty good.
It was a good movie. On a scale, I'd give it a...
I'm flipping a coin. It's definitely it's either high, not bad, or low, slick.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking low, slick. But then also, I'm not sure what other movies I put in slick. I'm going to say high, not bad.
High, not bad.
Yeah. Which is probably a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm gonna... I'm just gonna say that as well. Because I feel like movies that I'd put in slick
would
I
be
would
way
actually
better.
Not saying I didn't like this, but as movies that, to me, I'd, watch way more. Because I'm probably not gonna go back and rewatch this heaps of times, even though I did actually like it quite a bit.
Yep.
But yeah,
that brings us to the end of our review. Let us know in the comments what you thought of this movie, if you've seen it yet. If not, go watch it.
Well, we were the first people, so
in the world to see
listen to us.
But yeah, let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the flip side with some more videos.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Pa 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 pa.
Hello.
Peace.
Yeah.